Hey, I'd like to take a minute to talk about the comparator lab that you'll be doing. Um, the lab is in two parts. Part one, you're going to actually work with a comparator. Now, we may find LM311s in the lab. If not, then we also need to look for some of these similar components. So, um, it's part of the challenge of the lab to find the components. I've verified that we have some of everything that we'll need, um, and we. I'm gonna probably work to set them aside before you actually start. But in case you want to start looking now, the components are around. They are in the lab. In part one, it's pretty straightforward looking at how a comparator exists. In part two is a simplified problem you may actually run into in a work environment. It's a little bit simple, but at the same time, I've set it up to be a little bit fun. Um, when working on this lab, I would suggest you do this in two parts. Don't try to build the entire lab all at once. I would suggest you break it down into parts, setting up first that you have the power supply that you need. The second thing is then there's a ladder network where you get the voltages that you're comparing to. I would build that ladder network and make sure that you've got the approximate voltages that are asked for in the lab. Um, in the past, sometimes students have found that that was the most difficult part, and the comparator section worked easy. I'm not sure. I think it's pretty straightforward. Build the ladder, check the voltages, and make sure they're what you expect, and then um, build your comparator section. I usually try to build a section of the project at a time. If you're someone who really wants to build everything all at once, then just don't bring your entire circuit um, into play all at the same time. First, troubleshoot your section, or maybe you don't have anything to troubleshoot, but at least verify that it's functioning properly. Then add in the comparator, and this will help you by making sure that you know that portions of your circuit are working, and you can always go back to that known state where everything was right. When you maybe build everything at once and then are frustrated that it doesn't work, and then you're asking me for help. I don't mind helping, but you really should be able to work through this lab. It's kind of a fun lab. I always every time I've built it, I still feel good because it's a functioning lab, and I know I could have fun with the circuit if I wanted to. So have a good week.